Hello everyone, you read the latest market news on December 17th, 2021. Facebook reveals broad network of hired spy firms. Facebook's owner, Meta Platforms Inc., flagged half a dozen private surveillance firms as guilty of hacking and other abuses, accusing them in a report released Thursday of collectively spying on about 50,000 people on its platforms. The company's fight against the spy firms comes amid broader actions by U.S. technology companies, lawmakers, and the Biden administration against digital espionage providers. In particular, these actions are against the Israeli company NSO Group, which was blacklisted earlier this month after weeks of revelations about how its tech is used against civil society. Meta has already filed a lawsuit against NSO in a U.S. court, stating that the Thursday's actions are designed to show that the mercenary surveillance industry is much broader than one company. In its report, Meta said it was suspending about 1,500 mostly fake accounts operated by 7 organizations on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and targeting people in more than 100 countries. European stocks fall due to hawkish central banks. European stock markets are expected to open lower on Friday as sentiment worsened on monetary policy tightening by central banks and the rise in cases of a new coronavirus. The DAX futures contract in Germany is trading 0.3% lower, the CAC 40 futures in France is down 0.7%, and the FTSE 100 futures contract in Britain is down 0.5%. Europe's 2 leading central banks took steps Thursday to combat rising inflation, with the Bank of England raising interest rates for the first time since the pandemic began, and the European Central Bank saying it would cut bond purchases in 3 months. Meanwhile, the Bank of Japan continued the theme by cutting funding early Friday. The overall trend toward tighter monetary policy seems clear, although the different paths central banks have taken underscore the deep uncertainty about how the rapidly spreading Omicron option will hit the economy. Boeing turns to the metaverse for aircraft design. At Boeing Co.'s future plant, immersive three-dimensional engineering projects will be combined with robots that talk to each other, and mechanics around the world will be networked using $3,500 HoloLens headsets manufactured by Microsoft Corp. This is a picture of Boeing's ambitious new strategy to consolidate its sprawling aircraft design, manufacturing, and maintenance operations into a single digital ecosystem in just 2 years. The aircraft maker is entering 2022 trying to regain its engineering dominance after the 737 MAX crisis, while laying the groundwork for a future $15 billion aircraft program for the next decade. It also seeks to prevent future production problems like the structural defects that took out its 787 Dreamliner last year. UK retail sales exceeded forecasts in November. British retail sales rose faster than expected last month, helped by Black Friday discounts, early Christmas shopping, and the lack of store closure restrictions that caused many stores to close last year, official data showed Friday. Retail sales rose 1.4% in November, seasonally adjusted, and were 4.7% higher than a year earlier when non-essential stores were closed for the public, the Office of National Statistics reported. Economists on average had projected sales to rise 0.8% for the month. October sales were also revised upward. British retail sales recovered quickly from the slump at the start of the pandemic in 2020, but drifted downward after peaking in April as loosening restrictions related to the virus gave consumers a wider range of spending options.